there, sweetheart. Why don't you come with me right quick and we'll talk about your car. Now, we've already done the oil change, but a couple other things I want to show to you, okay, sweetheart? Now, right here, you got your power steering fluid. That's a little low, so we're going to top that off for you today. Now, what I really want you to pay attention to, though, is this engine coolant system. Now, your manufacturer, sweetheart, they recommend that we flush this whole system out every 60,000 miles, and you're right up on that, sweetheart. And that's going to be $89.95. And if you look down in this hole right down in here, you're going to see these spots right here. That's rust, sweetheart. That's a real big problem. You're going to want to get some rust proofing in there today so you don't have problems down the road, sweetheart. That actually happened to me last week. I took my car to have the oil changed someplace I don't normally take it, and that was the way the guy spoke to me. I swear he must have called me sweetheart at least a dozen times in a 2-minute conversation. Now, I live in the Deep South, and we use terms of endearment woven into the language all the time. It's a part of the vernacular of the Southern charm. Nobody gets offended if somebody says, "You have a good day, hon," or "What can I do for you, sweetheart?" But this guy was clearly being condescending.
Well, what do we have here? Suburban housewife. She ain't gonna have a clue. Hey, watch this.
"What can we do for you, sweetheart?" Now, what this guy really deserved was for somebody like me to come along and drop a little bit of mad knowledge on him to make him go, "Ooh." But the truth is, I didn't feel confident enough in my own knowledge of my engine to be able to do that at the time. And it has bothered me ever since. But it has also inspired me to gain some knowledge about my car, because knowledge is power. And I want all of you to have that power too. The best source of information for your vehicle is going to be your owner's manual. You don't have to read it cover to cover necessarily, but there should be a section for general maintenance or maintaining your vehicle, which will tell you what you need to have done and when. Ultimately, the biggest things you get oversold on are the things that you either don't need or you don't need right now. Things like fluid flushes at 30,000 miles, when really your manufacturer suggested it's 60,000 miles. But you don't know that because you haven't read your manual and you don't know any better. Knowledge is power. And just for the record, the engine coolant flush that guy was trying to sell me on is due at 104,000 miles or 5 years, not 60,000 miles.
Screw you, dude.
I mean, heck, you could even just take this out next time they try to sell you on something. Now, sweetheart, your manufacturer recommends that we flush out this transmission system every 40,000 miles, and you're way past that, sweetheart. Oh, you know what? Let me look that up in my manual and see what it says. Oh, no, you know what? It says 64,000 miles, and only if I'm using it to tow a lot of stuff or as a police vehicle or a taxi. So, no thanks. That'll shut them up real quick. Your hood will often have a little clip in it. You'll pop it, but then it's got a little clip that you kind of have to feel around for down there. And pop this up here. All right, now is the scary part. I know far too many people, women especially, who are afraid to even open their hood because all of this is very scary and it's very dirty and you don't know what it all does and you don't want to mess up anything and you don't want to break your car, and so you just stay away from it. But knowledge is power. Okay, just a quick rundown of what you see up here so that you're not scared of it anymore. Most of the stuff is going to be marked, or you might have like a diagram, like I do. First off, you got your power steering fluid over here. That'll need to be topped off occasionally. It's got a maximum and minimum, so when it gets down to minimum, it needs to be refilled. The windshield wiper fluid. All right, then we get to the oil, engine oil, and then this is your dipstick to check your oil if you ever need to. Generally speaking, on newer cars that you maintain properly by getting regular oil changes, you shouldn't really need to mess with that too much. This here is the engine coolant system. This is where the engine coolant goes. It's sort of the modern version of a radiator. All right, back here you've got your brake fluid reservoir. Now, of course, you got your battery. I'm going to do a whole separate video on how to use jumper cables. All right, these are your fuses. Okay, now these are good to know about because if something's not working on the inside of the car, like let's say all of a sudden your power seat doesn't move anymore, or you've got a seat heater that's not working, or a power plug that's not working, it could be a fuse. It could be something as simple as taking out one of these fuses and replacing it. Easy. Now, my user manual actually has a diagram of this fuse box and what they all do. Now, this is your engine air filter, okay? This is so easy to change yourself that I cannot believe that I actually paid people to do it for all those years. Basically, there's just 3 little clips. Take that off, voila. All right. Take out the old one. They sell these at Walmart. They sell them at auto parts stores as well. Take those out, get a new one. Boom, 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 done. All right, so that's just some basics of what you see when you open up the hood. Refer to your car's manual to see exactly what's up here. There should be a diagram, just like there was in mine. Now, you don't have to know everything about your engine. A basic knowledge of how they work and how everything kind of functions together is really all that you need. If you can exude that little bit of confidence that says, oh, this lady isn't totally clueless, they're going to be far less likely to try. Because honestly, those guys can smell fear. They want to target the people they can sell easily that have no clue. Don't be one of those people. Knowledge is power. Now, you have a good day, sweetheart. Watch for my next video on Chick Fix.